Hi, everyone. Hi, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue and Teddy Bear wishing you a good morning. We're here this morning. What's it, Tuesday? It's Tuesday, October 6th already. And we are going to be working on some really quick and easy Cricut cards. And these are all for all machines. So if you have a Joy, an Explorer, or a Maker, then these cards can be done on all three. And I'm going to show you how it's done in a few minutes. So before I get started, I want to welcome everybody. Hello, good morning. I know Tuesday, it's kind of a tough morning. I don't know why. My sister always hates Tuesdays for some reason. But I wanted to show you some cards. And if by chance you're watching this eventually on the replay, please make sure that you subscribe and you like. And if you want, you could share the video, or you could share it now if you're watching live too. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I've been like doing kind of doubling up on things. I have so much stuff to talk to you about. And in the last mystery box, I think it was called Finally Fall Mystery Box, we got 2 rolls of party foil. This is charcoal, I guess closest to black, and this is the orange. And I wanted to talk about party foil and how you can use them for cards, and also how to make these cards so that they will cut on the Joy or on the larger machine. So good morning. Good morning. Hi, Emmy. Hello, Dorothy. And Lisa, Penny, thank you for sharing, Penny. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking some existing images. These images have been around since Cricut Design Space launched. They weren't always free, but I think all of these are Cricut Access images. And I found them in 2 different areas on Cricut. In the image search engine, the image engine, whatever, image library. That's right. Okay. So I found these 6 different cards, and some of them came in with a back to them. I'm going to show you how to take that off so that you can do this on the, on the Joy, but also, excuse me. Also, if you like to cut on your Explorer or Maker, you can cut them out as is with the back and the scoring. But what I found much more impressive is to cut it out as as a top, and then use a back in there. So when you open it up, you don't see that, sort of like a regular card, So here's another one, Happy Halloween. I think it looks more professional this way. And you have the opportunity, if you want, to do a sentiment as well, written by your machine. So let me show you where I found these. These are just 6. I'm sure that there are more out there. And so I want to show you how you'd go about looking for them. Let me just group these, and then I will also give you the file for this. I will also give you the file for this. So if you just want to make them and don't want to have to deal with making changes to them, you can just use the file and cut them out as is. Okay, so I'm going to the image search engine, and I'm going to go all the way back to the search, right? And you can do a couple of things. You can search by holidays, which is right here under occasions, holidays. And you can choose, there's the subsection to this, where you can choose on the left-hand side, the holidays. And if you want to see more, you just hit view more. But I like to go old school and do image sets, which that's used to be like, you know, the cartridges that we all, or that a lot of us used to collect, the cartridges from Cricut. A lot of the image sets from the olden days have been transferred over and are now easily accessible and part of Cricut Access. So we're going to go to image sets, and I'm going to type in the word holidays. And you'll see that we've got quite a few that come up here. And this one, this particular one's called Simple Holiday Cards. It has 50 images on there. And on that 50 images, there are actually, I think there's 5 that are part of this selection. So there's Happy Halloween, this one here. Okay, there's Trick or Treat. There's this one that is which I've actually cut out as well, this one that is a haunted house. And what else? I think there's another one. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, these cards, oh, yeah, the spider. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 from that grouping, but there's actually another group that I want to show you. It's called Holidays Throughout the Year. So that one's called Simple Holiday Cards. So you might want to make a note of that because there's quite a bit. And if you're in the need for a pinch for a card and you just don't know where to start, for the holidays, you can do the Simple Holiday Cards. There's also everyday cards, simple everyday cards, but we're not looking through there. Also here is Home for the Holidays, which is quite old actually. And it has this one here, Happy Haunting. And then there's another one here. It's all about the candy. Now you'll notice that these are a little different. These are just the card front, so you don't have to do anything to those. But the other ones that we were at, the simple holiday cards right here, they have backs to them. Okay, so I'm going to pull in 2 of these, one that is horizontal, one is vertical, so you can see what I do to make it a card that can be cut on the Joy or any place, any machine. Okay, so it comes in with an envelope, and you'll notice too, it comes in, I'm going to move this one down here. It comes in with an envelope, and this is actually a card. It has the scoring here, and underneath this Trick or Treat, it has a white box. I'm going to ungroup this so you can see what you get. Now, I don't generally use the envelopes, but here on the back is a little piece that's supposed to go in the back. But now here's the problem with that. When you open the card, if you cut it out like this, when you open the card, you would see whatever is on your back on the inside of this. And if we're using foil, or if we decide we want to try some of that party foil from that box, that's going to be kind of weird to have here. So that, and if I just want to cut for the Joy, I want to create sort of just a card front and use a base, like a card, just a plain card, and put it on the back. So how do I do that? Well, I have to ungroup it. I'm going to take this little piece out. And then I am going to detach because I have scoring right here, okay? And I'm just going to move it so that it's right on the line. So I'm going to detach, and then I'm going to take this scoring out, okay? Then I'm going to insert a shape, a square. Insert a square, and I am going to make this square up to, and I have to unlock it to do this, but I'm going to make it right at the line where my score line was, right? So now what I have to do is select both of them and hit slice. So when I do that, it will take off this piece that I don't need, and I still have this, which is the back, and there's my card. And then I'm going to show you how to make a card from just regular 8.5 by 11 cardstock. This is the same technique for this type of thing. This is a horizontal card, not vertical. We're going to ungroup it. We're going to take this out and move it over so that we have this piece not part of where we're going to be slicing. We're going to detach. We're going to just select the scoring line, and we're going to remove it by hitting the X. All right, and we're going to keep this. Add a shape, square, unlock, and pull it down to where the scoring line was. Select those two, just those two, and hit slice, and then peel away the slices that you don't want. And now we have a card front that we can use in all of the machines, Joy, Explore, and Maker. Okay, so this is it's a basic technique, but it's a great way to have a professional looking card. And also, I kind of was feeling like I was ignoring the Joy people a little bit. So I wanted to show you how to do this. Now, these cut the exact same way as you normally would cut them. I personally, because some of these are very intricate, like this, Happy Haunting, it's all about the candy. I mean, these are pretty intricate. I would probably cut these on Cricut for intricate cuts if that is something you want to do. You could probably cut it in a regular medium cardstock. And very simply, usually 2 of these cards, and by the way, these cards are sized for A2 size. So that means that the this part, the top, or this part going across the width, is 4 1/4, and this part is 5 1/2. And how do I know that? Well, that is, first of all, that is a folded A2 card. This is the standard that people use. Other people use 2 5 by 7s. I have done 5 by 7s too, but for Joy, you have to have an A2 size card. So again, it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now, how do we get a card base, and how do we cut this? I mean, we're going to cut the top, but we're going to need this little background, which we could cut out in regular paper, but I did for sort of fun, and because we had that foil from the last mystery box, I chose this this party foil. So I'm going to show you a few little paper tricks right now. I've already cut out quite a few of my card fronts, so I'm going to show you a little bit. So I'm going to move you, okay? All right, so we're here down here, and these are some things that I've already cut out to prepare for this. So one thing that if you did get the mystery box, you did get this, which is party foil. So party foil, just to start off with, does not just need to be used with making party decorations. We have used it to make bows, confetti. What else have we used it for? We used it for something else besides bows and confetti, but I'm spacing on it, but it's really kind of fun to use it in a card, but it is very, very slippery. So you have to be really conscious when you're doing this. Give yourself enough room to cut it. And actually, I'm not going to even show you how to cut it because it's that slippery. It just falls off my desk, and I'm working from my smaller desk right here. So you know, everybody, I love this thing. It's called a personal trimmer. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to go up a little bit. You don't have to use the Cricut one, but I just love this thing, not just because I have a Joy, it's almost indispensable with the Joy, but I just like it because sometimes I just want to create a card that, you know, just a basic card. I don't want to put it in my machine and all of that. So I'm going to show you how to make the base of a card using a 12 by 12 sheet and an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet. So this 12 by 12 sheet came from a Halloween paper pad. It is blank on the other side, okay? So it's just one-sided, and that's what you want for a card, okay? So it's blank on the other side, and that's important because the fold is going to go inside. Then you'll have a space for writing. Let's see. I think this paper came from Michael's in one of their hot buys. Then I also have this 8.5 by 11. This is the standard size. And you can see there's a difference in the size here. But I'm going to show you how to make 2 cards from here and 2 cards from here. These are the A2 size. Let's start off with the 8.5 by 11 because it's the easiest thing. I'm just going to move this over here. Okay, so we want to open up our, can you see that with the ruler? Open up our ruler over here, and 8.5 by 11, if it's cut this way in half, creates 2 equally sized cards. So half of 11 is 5.5. And now you have 2 pieces exactly the same, and then you're going to just fold them like this. Now you can use a score in your trimmer as well, but if you don't want to change out to the scoring blade, you can just fold it yourself like this. So now all of your 8.5 by 11 inch paper can turn into two A2 size cards. Isn't that awesome? They're exactly the size of an A2 size card. So now we have these. Let me show you how to do it if you have a 12 by 12 sheet. This will only work if it's one-sided paper, by the way. So another reason for buying double-sided or one-sided versus double-sided. So with a 12 by 12 piece, what you have to do is cut it down to be 8.5 by 11. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my paper at the 11 inch mark right here. And I'm going to take off this inch of the paper on the end. I'm going to save that for another project in my scrap pile. And then I need to make this, because we did 11, I flipped it like this. And now we need to look for 8.5 here, which is right there. And we're going to save that piece. And now we have the 8.5 by 11, just like we had with the solid. So then we're just going to, because it's 11 inches wide, we're going to go to the 5.5 inch mark. And we have our 2 pieces of cards. Okay? So let's put together a couple of these cards so you can see. And these I just have to fold together. Okay. So here's some cards, fronts and backs and all of that jazz. Here, I'm just going to move all these, sort of separate them out. All right, so here's a couple of fronts that I have just have the front of the cards, but these are ones that I completed. Now, how did I get that? So this is that cutout that we just did, that 8.5 by 11 inch cut in half, and then it has this part which we cut on the machine, and then below it is some party foil that's the shimmery kind. And I should point out that when you're working with party foil, you don't have to use party foil for these, by the way, but when you're working with party foil, first of all, the foil comes with 2 different kinds. It has like a chrome, and it has this like holographic sparkle. It looks the same as the front, Lisa. So Lisa's asking what it looks like. Front and back are exactly the same. Okay. So let me show you. Where is it? So here's some party foil that I cut. This is the solid. This is the Sparkle, solid and orange sparkle. I cut this, you could cut this on your machine, but to be really honest, cutting party foil is a pain in the neck in the machine, and I would just rather cut it out using my my Cricut personal trimmer. So that's what I did here. I just cut off like a strip from this thing. Really, seriously, this stuff is hard to work with, and don't work with it if you're frustrated. Okay, so see, I cut out this little piece, and now I have this that I cut out on my machine, and then I'm going to also need one of these. So I'm going to turn it over. Now, where's my glue? Okay, so party foil has a tendency to sort of roll around and stuff like that. So it's not the easiest product to work with, but if you have it, might as well use it, right? And if you got that mystery box, then you must have it. Sometimes we buy it too on accident, and then you're stuck with it. You're like, what should I do with this stuff? I don't know. So that is, I mean, I know I've gotten party foil before thinking it was vinyl, and then open it up and realize it's not adhesive. So what do I do with it? So I love to make bows with them, and I've done the bows in the past, and I could do them again for Christmas coming up. But I just thought since we got the orange and black, it would just make really cool cards. Okay, so now I'm dotting all around with my glue. This is the glue that I use called Art Glitter Glue, but you don't have to use it if you don't want to. I use it a lot because I love to make cards, and I find that it's the best glue for card making. And if you want to get it, there is a link in my description, or there will be a link in the description after this video is over, so you can look for it there. You can also buy it on Etsy and Amazon as well. So, okay, I put little dots. The important part about using glue is not to use too much glue. And remember, this here is, it's not porous like paper. So you need to be careful about sort of letting it stick, and use enough glue, but just don't put globs of it. So you see I got it all around the card. And now I'm just placing it onto the back where I put the glue. Press down a little bit if you want. You can use this if you want. And there is my card front. And then I just take my card base, fold that in half. Almost dropped my glue. And we're going to just put a little bit of glue on all of this part and attach it to my card base. Now, you could take this one step further if you wanted to, if you had the Joy and you wanted to do with the card mat and do like the insert cards. If the insert cards are the same size as this. So you could do a card mat and get a sentiment on the inside by putting it in your card mat, opening it up like this, and then putting a sentiment on the inside if you want. And you could do that, or you could also, I want to bring you back up to the screen in a second. So here is another one just as an example, and these are all examples. This actually is not party foil, it's paper, so I wanted to show you that. So if you were working for non-Joy, doing a non-Joy card, let's just go back and find, I don't know, this trick or treat one. Let's do that. Let me move these out of the way. So if you wanted to do this Cricut trick or treat, I'm going to ungroup it. Now, here is my card, and here is the inside back. So if you wanted to put a sentiment on this, you're going to have to do something to this, because think about this. Your sentiment is on the inside, right? Which this is the back of your card. So what you're going to want to do is flip your image. So to flip your image, you're going to go up here to your toolbar here and see flip. We're going to flip horizontal. We did this yesterday. Flip horizontal. Now you're looking at the inside of the card. And this is where you can put a sentiment by adding a text box and just typing in whatever you want to type. My keyboard is way over here, but I still type Happy Halloween like that. And would do the same thing where we would change it to writing, probably align it center, make it smaller so it fits, and then select everything and attach that sentiment. So now you have a card that is going to have this on the inside, left-hand side, and it has a sentiment on the right-hand side. Do note that when you do it that way, you will not be able to do this on the Joy. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, you wouldn't be able to do this on the Joy because of the size of the card. Okay, so that is sort of a quick way of making a ton of cards for Halloween. Now, you might not make a lot of cards for Halloween. I don't generally do that, but we've got other holidays that I make a lot of cards for, including Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the New Year. So this is same technique can be used with all those cards that we saw. And again, it's in images. When you go to image sets and you type in the word holiday, it will come up as simple holiday cards. And look here, you've got Thanksgiving. We'll do those in a little while. Here's the one that has the turkey on it. There's Valentine's, Father's Day, New Year's, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, and did I say Valentine's? I'm not sure if there's a lot of Christmas. Oh yeah, here's a Christmas one. A couple of Christmas ones, there's winter ones. So this is a really good card set to know, and you know, be able to access when you are in a pinch and you need some cards. It's called Simple Holiday Cards. And the easiest way I've found to get to it is by going to the image sets area, which from the Cricut search engine is over here on the left-hand side, image sets, and searching the word holiday. Okay, so Joe is asking about text. Flatten, she's asking, when do I flatten versus attach? Flatten is only used when you want to do print then cut, because you need to take all of your layers and flatten them like a pancake so that they all print out first, all the colors, and then you cut them out with print then cut. So whenever you're doing the inside of a card, you're adding a text, or even on the front of the card, you need to attach. So you don't want to do weld or group, or definitely don't want to do flatten. Okay, Joe? Any other questions this morning? It's really easy morning. I kind of wanted to go easy on you. I thought we've been doing a lot of big projects, and I wanted to bring it back to our favorite, which is cards. And I think these are really fun, and I really wanted to just kind of let you know that you can do this technique on all your machines, whether you have a Joy, whether you have Explorer or a Maker, and that these images are right there for access as well. So that's it for today. Nice quickie. Yes, thank you very much. Who said that? Annette. So if you just have a Joy and you want to look at these images in Design Space, you will need to change your machine. Let me go there. Okay, let's see. Where do I go? let's cancel. So if you just have a Joy, likelihood is that your machine is set as Joy. And this is where you change. See that? That's where you change your machine. Now, to look in Cricut Design Space for projects that were intended for the Explorer or Maker, you will need to change your machine to either Maker or Explorer first when you're looking at them, you're looking for them, okay? Because they won't show up, and let's just kind of do that real quick. So we'll go to Images, and we'll do Image Sets, and they should not, let me just check Holiday. Yeah. It comes up with 0 results. So if you have a Joy, switch your machine first, go over here and choose Maker or Explorer, doesn't matter. And then go to your image set and you can do that search again and it will bring up these cards, okay? Thank you for reminding me about that, Annette. And that is only if you're working strictly with the Joy. And then what you're going to need to do is after you've found your images, you need to move your machine back to Joy or it won't cut on your Joy. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I did put in a request that they change that, but it is what it is. So, anyway, thank you everybody for coming today. We're going to see you again tomorrow. What was I working on for tomorrow? I'm working on this pilgrim hat, but I'm having a little trouble. So if I find that I fix it up for you, I will give you the project ahead of time. It's in Cricut Design Space. So thanks for coming today, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Hope you have a wonderful day, everyone. Take care. Bye.